Hey everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Woohoo! We're here for another Thursday night stampin' session of fun. We're going to be doing the monthly cards where we're going to do a flamingo, a bouquet, and the other one, the butterflies. So I got 3 cards for you tonight. Let's see here. I am in the wrong one. I gotta get to my right, to the right video. Oh, there we are. Woohoo! I'm wearing a blue shirt. Hi, Chris Duderenke. I pulled up a video where I was wearing a red shirt, and I was like, I think that was maybe last night. So, oh, here we are. We are on Thursday. One more day left in my work week. I don't know about you guys, but hi, Connie. Hi, Sandy. Woohoo. There's Karen as well. Sorry, I had an itchy eye right there when I just started. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. Woohoo. So, how are you guys doing today? What was your weather like? We had no sun for the first half, and then it got a little bit more cheerful and sunshiny. So Mary Gunn just messaged me. I don't know if she's watching or not, but she asked me how Tyler was doing, and Tyler is doing much better. Hi, Jean. Hi, Tammy. There's Kay. So, yeah, Tyler had foot issues. We have no idea what caused it or why. The doctor couldn't explain anything, but basically the whole month of March, he was out of commission, and I might have said a timer here or there that I was taking care of him. Well, he basically lived here for 3 weeks, which is not normal. I think you guys might have caught that this girl didn't get much stamping time for designing while he was here. Hi, Luann Johnson. Hi, Jean Parker. Woohoo! So, hey, Brenda Lee. So Tyler's better, though. His foot is still slightly swollen. So basically his foot swelled up like a balloon, like you could have taken a pin and popped it and it went poof. That's what his foot was doing. And it got red and nasty and icky. Hi, Angela. And it took a long time. He was on crutches for 3 weeks. And so Mary Gunn was just asking if he was doing better. And it was right in the middle of when I did craft roulette, and she had to hear me talk about it. Or not had to hear me. I told her the whole story, and it was like, ugh. So we're happy that that's past us. Hi, Julie Williamson. There's Kathy Jackson from Iowa. Beautiful in Oregon, 75 degrees. Oh, Washington. No, Washington, Oregon. You guys, I'm trying to think. Christine K, Oregon. I just did your, wait. Oh, no, I can't. I don't have it back there. I was like, I just did a shipping label, and all the packages are sitting over there. I won't go dig through them. So you guys, I try to remember a lot of things, but I can't always remember everything. So I get generally pretty close. So, hey, Julie Ledbetter. Thanks for sharing, Kathy. Hey, Gwen. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I feel like it's been a little while. Last week was a little bit of overdose on me. Hi, Vicki. There's Brenda Little and Randy Schultz. You guys, I did a little overdosing on you guys, I think, or you probably did overdosing on me. I don't know whichever one, but I was Monday and Thursday and Friday, and I think I did another one in the middle somewhere. Hi, Carmen Melendez. Washington. Okay. Kathy King is Oregon. Danny used to be Oregon. Danny's not anymore. You guys, I try to remember. You guys are like all my kids. And I try to remember everything about you just because it's a lot better when you guys, like when you share that interaction and stories with each other. So hi, Pat from Pat Washington. I was going to say Port Washington. The way my eyes looked at that, I thought it was Port Washington, but it could be Pat Washington. Hi, Susan Reed. There's Julie. Never enough of me. Okay, that's good. So, hey, Cheryl. So, yes, as you guys are chiming in and popping in, if you could share the video, that would be awesome. I had some slight little difficulties last night. I went live pretty late last night just to showcase oh, Danny has the kangaroos. Perfect. So I do have, I did a video last night showcasing the well-suited bundle, sweet cards for next month. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for sharing. Hi, Faye. And the video cut out halfway while I was done, or like halfway through it. And it was on me. It was my fault. Since I started using, hi Bobby from Michigan, since I started using Switcher Studio March 23rd of last year, I haven't deleted a video out of the application. And during my live last night, and it was super late, it was around 10:30 or 10:11, I don't remember. There's Christy Warren, woohoo, hi Kelly Bird. It kept popping up, you're running out of room. And I'm like, okay, you're running out of room. Okay. And I did that 3 times before it said, sorry, you're done. And it said, you're exiting the program. And I'm like, oh no. Hi, Danny. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Melanie. And so, yeah, it ended halfway through. And so I was able to get right back on. And now Kelly Lamb, my cousin and marketing manager, Janet is in Cold, Indiana. Awesome. Not awesome, really. We don't want cold anymore. Hi, Jean Maxwell. So Kelly is merging the 2 videos together. So you may have watched part A and you may have watched part B, but eventually both of those parts are going to be removed and there's just going to be one video with them together. And it was a very informational video, or both of them were very informational. I went through the upcoming classes. I talked about how hydrangea next week is already sold out, you guys. Last week, I decided to make the 8 extra kits. So I went from 60 to my biggest class ever, 68 kits. That's a kit. So 68 times 4 is how many cards were prepped for you guys. I'm very excited. It was, besides like the Winter Creative Escape, it was the biggest class I had to prep for as a class. Crazy. Hey, Anne. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Missy. Yay, you guys are all watching. Hi, Margaret. And so 68 kits are gone. And I even had 2 people that I probably I said no, and I hate doing that. I hate saying no, and it is what it is. Like tomorrow is really the deadline, or it's as supplies last. So you guys, I always encourage you to sign up early. The same thing happened with the monthly card class for tonight. I sold out. I had 36 originally, and I added 12, and I had 48, and I actually I have somebody who can't make it but still wants the cards, and so I'm giving her my card samples from class that I keep in plastic sleeves. So I actually have 50 for tonight. Not tonight per se, but I did, I think, 13 or 12 last night, and then I have class again with 4 tomorrow, and then everybody else is tonight for the live. So hi, Diane. Hi, Julie. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. Woohoo. Hi, Elaine. Elaine already did these cards. She was here Monday night. My club class does the monthly cards, and so Elaine was here on Monday with the club, and I have 10 for my club. Hi, Jill. So 2 full classes, and what's next? The kangaroo class is what I'm working on prepping now. I think after class tonight, I'm going to start cutting and prepping, and then I have a gal who is so awesome, Pat Torres, who helps me. Right now, she's been helping me. Anna Revidu helps me too, but Pat Torres is going to be taking on some embossing. So all 5 of those cards have embossing, and so I think I have about 28 people signed up, and I'm prepping for 36. So if you're on the fence, I always say get off the fence because those splinters hurt. Sign up for the class. If you're not sure, put an order and get it for free. So hi, Mary Ellen from Montana. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Denise. Hi, Cindy. There are 2, Cindy Dotson and Cindy Trainer, 2 Cindys. I was like, wow, 2 Cindys. Okay. Oh, Saturday. You're right, Julie. I have to work tomorrow. This girl's going to be working. So you're right. I have class Saturday at 10, and then we have the hydrangea Saturday afternoon at 1:30. So hi, Kim Sketchfield. So yes, if you need to sign up for kangaroos, I'll flip down real quick in case I know there's a bunch of people that are new to watching me. So you might not know what I'm talking about with the kangaroo class. So this is in 2 weeks. It is actually April 30th. And it's I call them the kangaroos. Hi, Zaina. Oh, sorry, I don't do a class in the UK. Oh, it's just past midnight. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch the replay if you get tired on me. So, yes, Jean Parker, you are signed up for the kangaroos. I saw your registration came through today, and I did just email you back maybe 20 minutes ago. I took a break after work, and I sent you an email back. But these 5 cards are from the mailing option are $20 for the kits mailed, or they're free with a $40 order. So if you're on the fence about the kangaroos, please get off the fence and let me know so I can plan for you or not. I hate saying no at the last minute to people. So that's the kangaroo. And then I know not all of you caught my video last night, so I'm going to flip down real quick again. I'm going to show you the well-suited. Well-suited, I believe, is in May. Let me get the calendar, guys. Oh, sorry. Let me get the calendar here. So May 1st in person at 1:30. May 6th is going to be the online version. So if you want a set of to-go kits. And then the Wednesday class is May 5th. But you guys, these are what we're making. So Father's Day is coming up. You guys send birthday cards to the guys in your life, your sons, nephews, husbands, fathers, grandfathers, all of the above. And so you might need some man cards, and I had to make one female card in here. So this is one of the cards, and it does say Happy Father's Day, but remember you do your own stamping. So I did emboss with silver embossing powder. So if you don't have this, for the to-go kits, so for people who aren't in person with me, I'm gonna put a white piece of paper that will be a matte that big, and then you can stamp in black ink. Or if you do have silver embossing powder, then you can go that route. So you can make it anything you wanted. The only thing that's stamped on here is a sentiment. So Danny, you just asked me a question about Saturday lives. I don't do Saturday lives. They're live in person. I think maybe that's where I'm making a little confusion. On Saturdays, I do in-person, like live bodies in the seats, butts in the seats. So I don't do a live Facebook video at all. It's in person, and I usually do an in-person class at 10, and then I piggyback and I do a 1:30. So there aren't any videos on Saturdays unless you have if you guys are following my YouTube channel. On Thursday night, this video, I always upload it and schedule it to post in YouTube on Saturdays. So to spread the love a little bit. Okay, I hope that helps unconfuse things. I had to make a female card, you guys, because I have to I just like female cards and I love flowers. So this designer paper had this floral pattern in it. I lost a little gem somewhere along the way, but there's a little black dot on there. And so I got a female card here. This one, you guys, I made extra easy for you. Literally, all you'll have to do is stamp a sentiment on your punched out label. The rest of this stuff will be die cut and embossed for you. And if you want to stamp something on the inside, you could do anything you want. Hi, Diane Bogenhagen. No worries, Danny. All good. You've asked me that a couple times, and so I was like, I just want to make sure you understand. So this one last night, what people were saying when I showed you guys was it looked like a Mr. Rogers vest, right? So the dies for Well Suited are amazing. I think that if I didn't need to buy the stamp set, I could just buy the dies. This is actually what's the suspenders, the buttons are in there, the pockets in there. And so I showed this card to Tyler, and Tyler's like, oh, I have a shirt like that. And I actually had it in my head that my dad has a shirt like that. So they must both have a shirt like this. And then I think every guy around town probably has a shirt like that. But it's so adorable because it's all a little guy. It's so fun. So you get all these pieces. All you'll have to do is assemble. There's no stamping. So you'll get your, my dad calls them spendies. So you'll get your suspender straps and all the little things to go with it. This is all assembly, and then you can do what you want on the inside. I'll get you a little strip like this for the bottom so it matches that, and you can stamp whatever sentiment. So sentiments, guys, I kept it super simple for you for this class. If you don't have a lot of stamps at home that coordinate, you just need a couple sentiments. So that again is the Well Suited class coming up in May. And then there's one other class. So I was mentioning last night that I leave for Hawaii. As of right now, I leave for Hawaii on May 15th, and I put the two classes, the bundle class and the monthly class, in the front half. So I've got for a full 2 weeks, and then ink, paper, scissors is also the day before I leave. Don't tell my mom. She'd be like, why did you do that to yourself? Because I can. That's what I would say. So yes, so it's a cute, adorable little shirt. And then the other thing that's happening is I talked a lot about, and I don't want to talk about it a lot right now because the video has all of that information and more. So Stampin' Up! Delayed the holiday catalog, the July through December holiday catalog, because of all the port issues and product issues and arrival issues that the world is experiencing. And they pushed back the pre-order by a month, and so they pushed back the launch by a month. So Sale-a-bration is pushed now to August. And so my schedule completely did a that. And that wasn't a hula dancer. That was a whole mishmash of rat's nest, hair in a rat's nest. I don't know. But it basically switched all around. So if you guys haven't gone in since last night, I did update my schedule. So in the Cards by Chris B newsletter, or the newsletter section, so cardsbychrisb.com, in the newsletter section, I have a new calendar out there. Yes, be Gumby flexible. Absolutely. So it was awesome that Stampin' Up! Could give us this information as soon as they did versus waiting a month. Had they waited even 2 more days, it wouldn't have given me the ability to reprint my schedules and include them in all the catalogs that I'm mailing out this coming week. Instead of punting, I was able to pivot and just go with it, and that's awesome. So I just want you guys all to know that if you saw a paper copy of mine or printed it off, it's probably not the most current one, and so those are not a living, breathing document. So my Cards by Chris B calendar events is always up to date, except for I haven't had a minute to even go in there and fix everything yet. I only have updated the paper schedule right now. So yeah. So Jean said she used the felt for suspenders. That's a really good idea. So Diane's asking how much the well-suited class is. It's $20 mailed with a cash option. So cash to me is cash, check, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal friends and family, or Facebook Pay. If you go to my website and pay for a class, you'll be charged $1 convenience fee or some sort of, it's usually $1 for a $20 class. You're charged because I have to pay for credit card processing, and so I pass that on. It's a cost of doing business, and I pass that on into the cost of the fee for class. But if you want to avoid that, I do have lots of cash options that work, and it would be also free with a minimum $40 order. So if you're going to place an order, I know some of you are demonstrators. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. If you want to give me an order and get a class from me for free, I welcome all orders with open arms. And if you want to send me money for it, for a class, I love to get kits all into your hands because it's so much fun creating together. So, all right. Thank you, Danny, for posting my events, the calendar of events link. That is so awesome. So you guys, if you're following along, Danny just posted where you can find my calendar of events. It is solid through June. I still have to update July and August and probably September a little bit. So, all right. So with the onset of the new annual catalog, though, there is a lot of excitement because there's lots of new goodies and products in there. And every catalog, what I've been doing recently is I've been hosting product shares. I host with the annual catalog and In Color Club, and I also prepare the DSP sampler pages. And what is all that stuff? So a product share is where I take like person 1 or person A. Okay, I'm gonna use names. Danny, just hypothetically here. Danny says, oh, I'd like to have a section of the paper items. And then Diane says, oh, I'd like a section of the ribbon. And then Diane, Diane Bogenhagen says, I'd like one of each of these. And so what I do is I allow you guys to pick and choose what you want. And there's papers, there's new embellishments, there's new ribbons, there's old ribbons, and there's old embellishments, and there's packaging items. So there's 6 a la carte options. And you can pick and choose what you want, add them individually into your cart, and then when you go to checkout, you pay for all of them. If you're not local to me, you pick the option that is for shipping. That adds the $8 priority shipping. And what happens is I collect all these orders, and then on May 4th, Kelly's texting me. Okay, it's not, okay, so Kelly's trying to upload the video. She merged the 2 videos together, but she hasn't been able to successfully upload that one yet. So, hi Joanna, hi Vicky, hi Victoria, hi Peggy. So Diane Rongi, if you could send me an email and help me remember that you'd like to get that, I will then document it on my class list. So I take all these product shares, and then on May 4th, I go into Stampin' Up's website and I order everything I need to fulfill the product shares. And you can go out to my calendar of events where Danny just shared the link. If you go to May 3rd, you will see that there's 2 options for product shares. One is for porch pickup, and then there is another event for mailing. And that is because there's costs involved with mailing that are built into some of when those packaging, if you pick the packaging option or the paper option, there's some extra shipping that's built into that in addition to the priority shipping. And if you're a porch pickup, there's no shipping because you come to my house and pick it up in the honeycomb or the mudroom, okay? So I want you guys to know that all of the information about the product shares it's live right now in the Cards by Crispy website, and you can take a look. So if you're on the fence about getting some things, but you want to try it all, this is the easy button. You can just pick and choose what you want. The other thing that's out there is the DSP sampler. This is what you'll get. So this is what and I don't want to confuse people, but I know there's a lot of my demonstrator friends out there that love to use these kind of sheets when they do classes. It really easily showcases the designer series paper and all the matching colors. If you're an avid stamper that uses Stampin' Up! Products, my team loves these for personal use because when they're designing their cards, they can pull these sheets out and be like, oh, that really coordinates nicely with this, or this coordinates. It helps them with their designing process. So these are called a DSP sampler. So it's basically giving you, there's DSP sampler sheets. DSP means designer series paper, and you'll get, so this was the current catalog, but this is what you get. You'll get, Kelly helped me redesign this, you guys. We even coded it so you know where to put your strips, but you're gonna get a 1x3 strip, which will easily show you the pattern versus a square. Sometimes you don't get to see as much on a square. So we reformatted it, and we called out the colors on the side next to where you're gonna put the colors. So the format going forward is gonna be a little different. You're not gonna get circles. They're not 2x2s. They're 1x3s. I think that's 3, right? Yep, 1x3.5. And then you're gonna get a little rectangle. And you guys, this is for every sheet of, or every pack of designer paper that is in the annual catalog. And if there are, like this In Good Taste is a mega pack, you'll get 2 sheets because you have so many extra, there's 2 sheets worth of papers to show. So this is, I don't know, like 24 pages, and you'll get all these white pages, and you'll get, I will cut all of your pieces so that all you have to do is glue them on, and you end up, I put them in page protectors just like this, and then you put them in a 3-ring binder, and then you'll have that for the life of the catalog. So I'm gonna be selling this, it's out there as well. It's $25 for porch pickup, and then 30, it's plus 8, 33 for mailing, for priority mail, because this gets mailed out on a priority envelope. So yeah, so all of the DSP, all of the color samples, and you'll have your nice little DSP sampler. So that is also out there. I think I put that on the date of May 2nd. So that is called the DSP sampler. So product shares are getting an assortment of products. The DSP sampler is that white paper showcasing all of the designer series paper. I am in, hi Connie, she's asking when I am in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is between Milwaukee, Madison, and Green Bay. I am an hour south of Green Bay, an hour north of Milwaukee, and an hour east of Madison. It sounds like you might need to be taking a road trip to come visit me sometime. So Sandy, you can already go out there and check everything out on my website. I also offer cash options for these things. So if you're out looking at my website and you want to pay with credit card, go for it. Complete the whole checkout process on my website. But if you like to save a few dollars and want to send me a check or Zelle or PayPal or Venmo, sorry, there was a fuzzy flying in there, reach out to me before you pay online. And I will say, this is how much it'll be if you want to do a cash discount option. Cash is king, guys. So you just have to reach out to me though and tell me what you're looking for so I can help you. All right, so that's the DSP sampler. The product shares are posted. I will be sending emails out to my whole email group about them as well so that you guys can see it that way. There's always different ways to hear about things, and so I'll be sending an email. So Danny, I need you to email me and tell me that you want the DSP sampler. I need it in like an email or a text message or a Facebook message because I don't generally go back and look at Facebook posts to see who signed up for what. I always need an email, a Facebook post, or a Facebook message, or a text. That would be awesome. So I am going to the Hawaii Stampin' Up! Trip, Connie. Are you? I'm curious. Yes, Sandy, you'll send me a check again. So Sandy, though, before you send me a check again, tell me exactly what you want, and I will tell you what the price would be with the discounts. So, okay, thanks for emailing me, Danny. Okay, so real quick here, guys, before we get making our cards, I wanted to show you I got some love in the mail. So this is from Luann Johnson, and she even wrote on here, framelits are the circles. So I love it. She writes down what she uses. So it's the circle framelits, and then the lovely words is it's a thinlet with lovely words. And so she's got hugs. And I don't know, Luann, it seems like what you did is you took the fine tip glue pen and you put this shininess. I don't know if you guys can catch it. Oh yeah, a little bit. You can see there's shining. Oh yeah, there it is. The hugs. She made it like it's very smooth. Very cool card. And she wrote on a Post-it note, and she said, thanks for what I do for my followers. You guys, I love sharing with you guys. And so I love Happy Mail too. So thank you for that, Luann. And this one came from Kathy Ballard. You guys, your upline Tammy she's going, oh, okay, perfect. I feel like it's going to be a smaller group of people, and so I may run into her. No, Crystal Effects. Okay, so Luann used Crystal Effects on here. Very cool. So it makes it shiny like that. Okay, so this was a Kathy Ballard card. Kathy signed up for the MS card making benefit, and she donated for that, and a very lovely card. She stamped white on the crumb cake. So I always like to share with you guys the cards I get in the mail. So just a note on that too. Excuse me, the MS card making benefit is something that Cheryl Taylor and Bonnie Lesperance and I put on. We've been doing this for a few, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now, 2 years, 2 solid years, twice a year. And you get 5 cards with a minimum donation of $25. And if you need cards mailed to you, then it's a $30 donation. And we'll make your cards for you and we'll send them out. And the event is April 24th. And we have 28 signed up. We're prepping for 36. So we're hoping 6 more people will donate to get cards. So, and if you can't make it in person, we'll make your cards and they will get mailed to you. So wonderful. Hi, Tony Jackson. Woohoo. Okay, the other thing too here, guys, did you guys see the Technique Thursday that Kelly did this morning? If you missed this, you might want to go back and watch this. You guys, she did this while I was gone this weekend. She came into the hive and worked in here and put these together, and they were sitting on my desk here when I got home, and I just stared at them. She used the black matte dots and the new in color gems, and they are so pretty. And she talked about the difference between the Magenta Madness. Oh, is it Magenta Madness? Oh, I don't know. Yes, Magenta Madness and the Polished Pink. Yes, I think so. And then I think she even talked about Melon Mambo. But she did a split card technique here. So it's so cool. So totally cool technique. You are so correct, Jean. So if you guys missed this, watch Kelly's video from this morning and you will be able to catch how she did those. So, okay. Are you guys ready for some stamping? I think that was a lot of jibber jabber. I feel like there's always so much to share with you guys, and then we stamp. So, okay, roll call though. So I like to call out people who are attending tonight for class. They might not always be live with me over Facebook, but they catch the replays, and I like to say thank you to everybody who got the kits from me. So Sandy Wicklander, Danny Olson, Carmen Melendez, Leslie McMinn, Angela Knutson, Angela Orvis, Mo Stites, Barb Barco, Ann Bellinger, Bobby McPherson, Kay Warren, Christy Warren, Tammy Steckling, Stacy Burns, Nancy Cox, Deanna Stell, Marcia Svatek, and I think that might be right. I think you're Marcia Lynn on Facebook, so that's easier for me to say. Brenda Wood, Joyce Dombrowski, and Brenda Credwig. Oh, and Wendy Kruger. Those 2 signed up at the last minute and got the last 2 kits that I had. So thank you all for making these cards and either placing an order or paying the fee to get them. You guys, this was awesome. I only had about 36 people for the February monthly cards, so I only made 36 kits, but then when I started to see more people signing up, I added the 12, and they're already gone. So, are you curious what we're making tonight? Oh, Deanne's here. Woohoo! Christy's here too, I see. All right, these are the cards. Let me pull them all so you can see. I'll flip down so you can see. I got a flamingo lingo here. Hang on. He's over here. So these were the cards, all very different, but they're very feminine-ish because of the pinks and the purples. and the Bermuda Bay. And this one's an easel card. And I tricked a lot of people on this one. So this one's going to be really important for you guys that are doing this card with me to see what's going on. I think I bamboozled a lot of people on Monday night with it because I even forgot how I put it together. So there's two ways to do this. One is probably easier than the other. So we're going to save this guy for last. Anne's here. Brenda's here. Woohoo. Deanna's here too. What do we want to start with? I think we will start with, oh, I love purple. So we're going to start with the flamingo. Oh, no, we're going to start with purple because I have it right here next to me and it'll be easier. I don't have to move things around and shuffle. So, okay, what do we have going on? So we have the wrapped bouquet bundle. So the wrapped bouquet is in the spring January through June mini catalog, and I don't have all the dies in here because I have them loose in there, but we'll go over some of this. Oh man, you guys, I totally forgot to turn my sound off on my phone, so that may happen. You got to hear my Mario ringtone. I grew up in the 80s. I definitely love Mario with a passion. I have the coin as my text tone and the Mario theme song for my ringer. Yes, that is true. So let's pull out all the things that we need here and talk about what's going on with this bundle. So I'm pulling all the stamps and let's see here. Okay, so that's what we got. Now this card, I designed this card for the Winter Creative Escape. Oh, cool. Yeah, Luann, I just posted about Mystery Night. Hi, April's Rain. And Linda's Hodges here. Hi, Kathy King. I just posted, if you guys are wondering, the mystery card clue number 1 is in Facebook right now, and it's in Cards by Chris B on the calendar of events for April 26th. I have to send the email yet. I haven't gotten that far yet. So much stuff always going on. Oh, there you go. There's my coin. Okay. So I like to use scratch paper too, so never be afraid to stamp on something that is got something that you don't want on the other side, because this will eventually, get glued in there. So this is my sample. We've got Highland Heather, the basic white, purple posy, a cute, adorable little bow. And I made all of your bows for you guys. It was so much fun. These are so fun. This is the Gorgeous Grape sheer thread or ribbon. It's so pretty. It's so easy to make bows with. And it is carrying over to the next annual catalog. So kits, let's see what you got in your kits here. All right, let's see, kits. Okay, in your kit, you guys will have everything die cut or embossed already. So let's go here. You've got your mat, your card base here is 8.5 by 5.5. It's Highland Heather. You'll have your your basic white mat. I think I'm almost down to my last 2 packs of Whisper White. I'll tell you, the basic white's coming, but it's so close. So you have your 4 by 5.25 for your inside mat. You'll have this guy right here. This is a stitched rectangle. So that's die cut. It has the stitching all the way around. You'll have that piece. Your piece of designer paper. Now I had this earlier here. I brought it out so you could see. So this paper right here comes from the Hydrangea Hill 12 by 12. It's this sheet right here, and it has the pink on the back. You guys are gonna get your fill of all of these colors next week. I promise. I used a bunch of these, but this is where this piece came from, and it's 5.5 by, I believe, 1.5. It's as tall as the card and 1.5. So you'll have that little mat. You'll have your piece of galvanized paper. It's silver on one side and it's the Highland Heather on the other. And that is coming in a pack that has Rococo Rose, the Highland Heather, and then it's silver on the other side. Now, don't forget, you guys, I did a Tip Tuesday on this, I don't know, maybe a month ago. You want to grab your tape with the Golden Gate acetate and this mercury acetate. There is a wax, not a wax, but there's like saran wrap kind of on the back. So you guys, what I did is I put tape down and I pressed it really good. Watch this. That tape pulls that piece off. Now, somebody asked last night and they asked Monday night, well, what happens if you leave it on? Nothing. It'll just be there and it's okay. It's not like the end of the world, but it looks just a lot shinier and crisper by having that off. Now the reason that this is on here is because they send 2 sheets together and then they don't rub and they don't put any scuff marks in them. So don't forget to take off your wrapper, okay? Then in your kit, you're gonna have a piece of purple posy that's die cut from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, one of my favorite die sets. And I have, through the magic of TV, already stamped my sentiment there. But the sentiments come from this set. Now, if you don't have this set, it's quite all right. You could stamp anything in the world that you have at your house. Happy Mother's Day, love you bunches, and thanks friend. Fit on this little section really nicely. There's also this big one we'll use on the inside, the newspaper. So don't even try to read this. It's chicken scratch, and all it is little squiggly lines, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. So that's supposed to look like newspaper print. And then there's also this one, which is what I'm using with this die to make our bouquet here. So we'll use that stamp. Now, if you guys don't have this exact stamp set, you just want to get some flowers that are going to fit inside your little newspaper here. Okay, in the die set also there's greenery. So we've got the 2 little, so you'll have this one made 2, this one made 2, and then this little dude, he made 1. And so you end up with some foliage for you guys are gonna feel like a real florist when you're done with this card. So you should have 5 pieces of die cut leaves. You'll also have your newspaper piece here. It's out of crumb cake, and you can stamp the front and the back. That's what we did in class. And I'm gonna show you how I stamped this. I already stamped mine, and through the magic of TV, it's done. And I'll show you how I colored it, okay? So let's do that. In your kit also, you're gonna have some of the pastel pearls. So there's 3 pearls on here, and then there's 3 diamonds. So be very aware that when you open this up, it might like go all over. Yes, Tammy, you remembered the removing of the film. That's awesome. So, okay, and I'll make my double bow for you guys so you can see how the double bow gets made with the bow maker. What do we want to do first? Okay, let's fold this in half. So I always like to get that folded and grab my bone folder to burnish the edge, give it a nice crisp edge like that, okay? And then what we can do is we'll stamp our inside. And I've already stamped my inside, so I'm gonna pretend to stamp my inside. The colors I used over here, guys, are Pear Pizzazz and Basic Gray. That's basically what I used. So what I did is I took the Pear Pizzazz for this one. Now again, if you don't have this, any kind of flower ensemble will look good. But I inked this up. You don't have to worry about inking the bottom half off because it'll be off your card. But all I did was ink the top half of this. And then I just went at an angle like this. And it ended up giving me this image. And I like to put things inside the card to match the outside. So that's why I did that. So that was this stamp. Then for your piece here, so that'll be the inside. So for this guy right here, that's this one. Now with the Pear Pizzazz ink, oh, we don't want to lose him. I have a newer ink pad here, so it's very, very juicy. You don't need to press very hard, but you just have to stamp it, good, even pressure. And I went with the green because I know that like the outlines of the flower are weird being green, but it really got your leaves good with the green, so you didn't have to color in leaves. And so once you have that stamped, I mean, depending on what you guys use, you may not use green for your outline. You might use a black or like a memento to stamp whatever flowers you're gonna do. You're building a bouquet basically. And then for the colors that I used, oop, dominoes, things always fall. Does that happen to you at home too? You go to grab one thing and 3 things fall over. The colors I used were Rococo Rose and Light Mango Melanie. You could grab Daffodil Delight too. That works perfectly fine. And then I have Light Highland Heather. And I used the alcohol markers. Luann, thanks for replying about that. I'm just getting started. I appreciate that. So what I did is I colored in with my markers, and You guys, I'm curious. Tell me, who bought the wrapped bouquet? Because in class last night, I think only one person out of 11 or 12 had gotten the wrapped bouquet. And I think when my Monday night class, I had 10, I don't think anybody had gotten it. I'm curious how many people have the wrapped bouquet. So what I did is I chose to color, I wanted to add in a little pink, you guys. A little girly going on here with the pinks and the purples. But I'm just coloring in with the Rococo Rose. It's a really nice soft color. Yes, Danny, you're right. The Rococo Rose is still on back order. It definitely is. I have 2 people in person here that are waiting for it. Oh, Sandy's got it. Very nice. Oh, Mary's got it too. Very good. So Rococo Rose blends will be coming back into stock. I had seen that they were supposed to be any day now, I think, on the inventory status report. Betty bought it too. Okay. You guys, at some point, you should share some of the cards that you make using this set. I do a Share It Sunday, and I'd love to see what you guys are making with this set. It's one of those that you may overlook it because it might not pop at you, but then after you see somebody make something with it, then you decide to get it. It's usually how it works. Yes, same. Yeah, Randy, you're waiting for yours as well. A lot of people are waiting for those Rococo Rose blends. So the item number is in fact turned off, and you can, as soon as they get back in stock, oh, Vicky, you made a card with it. That's awesome. And Gwen has it. So there's a bunch of you gals that got it. That's awesome. So as soon as they become back in stock, you guys, they're going to be available for a hot second, and then they're going to be gone again for good. And okay, so you get the gist of what is going on with, I'm just coloring. That's all that is. And the last were purple here. So by the magic of TV, I have mine already stamped, and then I used the die with my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, the Big Boss. I die cut that out, and so that's how that worked. So that's this die. And then all these other guys were for the fern, the foliage, the roughage. Okay, then the newspaper piece. So if you guys don't have the newspaper, you're fine. You could probably just use it plain like this. But I thought that I used a basic gray. Hi, Carolee Crab. I used the basic gray because I thought it looked more like newspaper ink. And so it doesn't really say anything, I'll be honest with you. It's just little lines of chicken scratch. That's all that is. So there's a certain way to fold this puppy, and I will tell you on Monday night, I didn't think I did it for everybody. Everybody asked me to help fold theirs. It's trickery. So, all right, there's a fold line, and it's hard to see this one, but it folds. And there is a little corner right there. So with this one going diagonal on your bottom left corner and this one going diagonal on your bottom or your upper right corner, that's how you want to have this orientated. So what happens is this folds this way. This guy folds back. There's a little corner tab here, and that folds in, and that folds over. Okay. Do I need to do that in a slower motion? Okay. Let me do it one more time because this was the hardest thing for people to get. I'll be honest, it's just a piece of paper and it just folds certain ways. It's crazy. But there's a fold line that's more on the right side here. And you can't have it like this because this little tab needs to be on the upper right. So this fold, okay, so the bottom folds in, and then that folds. That guy comes down, and then that goes over. That's it. That's what we've got here for our newspaper right here. Okay, so now what do? You gotta get this thing glued shut. Just get it so it doesn't come apart. So we're gonna put a little glue there, and we're gonna put a little glue here, and we're gonna put a little glue underneath the tab so that stays back, and then we're gonna put a little glue right along there. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna fit our flowers in there. It's okay. So I'm just getting this guy so that he's not gonna come apart because I don't wanna deal with him flopping all apart on me. So Definitely, when I use liquid glue with something like this that I want it to stay shut, you can see I'm just caressing it with my fingers, just warming it up, getting that glue to bond really good. I left that open at the top so that this allows my flowers to sneak in there, just like that. And to sneak my flowers in there, I think I'm gonna just use a couple glue dots for that. So let's see if I can get 2 of them, right? I'm gonna put 1 there and then 1 more right next to it. So then we're gonna put that bouquet in here, just like that. Okay, don't worry about gluing this down right now. Basically, all we did was created our fabuloso bouquet-o. Okay, so we'll set that off to the side. Then what we can do, hi Judy Bobo, we can go ahead and we'll glue our inside in. What did I make this card? Thanks, friend. So whenever I make thank you cards, did I do this right? Let's see, I probably did. Oh yeah, I used this, so I made extra. You guys, if you've been watching me since Christmas, you see that my samples have this on the back side. I made like 350 Christmas cards to send out this last year, and I cut all these bases and I cut like 30 extra white mats. I don't know why, I couldn't count maybe, and so when I was designing these cards, it was back at Christmas time, and so all of these inside mats got used up this way. All right, so we got your inside glued in. Now this piece right here is gonna go right along the edge here. So it's a cool layout for a card. If you don't wanna use a lot of extra designer series paper, cut yourself little skinny strips like this. Now be careful, this piece is a little bit longer. Hi Holly. This piece is a little bit longer than the card is. So you are gonna have to shave off a hair on the bottom, more than a hair maybe. So what I'm trying to do is making sure that I'm really flush on the top and on the side here. I use the liquid glue, it allows me to wiggle it around a little bit and flip it over, and you've got about 3 hairs you need to cut off. Make sure you use a paper or your glue scissors, just trim that off. I promise you, everybody got theirs a little bit longer than the card. I do that on purpose. I'd rather have it be a little long so you can trim it than a little too short, and then you're mad at me that it doesn't cover up all the paper. Oh yes, that's that. So then we want to work on this part right here. So we're going to assemble this, and you're asking, how do you adhere this mercury galvanized acetate down? My trick is I don't ever like to use glue in a spot where you're going to see it. And because this purple is, you can't see through it, I would use glue dots, because liquid glue is really, it doesn't dry fast on this acetate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be strategic, big words here in card making. I'm gonna be very strategic about how I place my glue dots. And I'm putting them in spots where you don't see the little clear circles. So I'm gonna do maybe about 4 of them. You don't need to do more than that. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I've got 4 on here. That's gonna be pretty sticky. This is 2 5/8 by 2 5/8, and that is gonna go right near the top of this. So your margin on the top and the left and the right is gonna be the same. Now, these stitched rectangle squares, you might get some schnibble on the side like that. Just kind of peel it off. My die isn't liking me, so it leaves just a little bit of that every now and then. Okay, so we've got that glued down. Now, whatever sentiment you want to do, what I might do if I were you, because you don't have yours stamped, I might set this here as a guide and put this here. And now you know you need to stamp your sentiment over here. I'd be very curious to see if you guys end up stamping a long thing, because I don't know how it'll work where you put your bouquet, but you definitely, if you have a smaller image, about a 1 inch by 1 inch like focal a sentiment, that would fit here. And I did stamp it in the basic gray. I kept the colors just down to these 2 for this card. So once you have that stamped, you guys can just go ahead and put a little bit of glue behind there to adhere it to our rectangle, our stitched white rectangle. Let's see. The mercury acetate should just be on the insides of those 2 curves, the 2 ball, like the rounded corners. All right. Now this piece is popped up, and we're gonna use up, you guys, this is a good tip, all right? When you get dimensionals, and you got all the actual pieces used up, I go around and I cut myself, use your glue scissors. I cut my edges here and use them. Don't just throw that side away because you definitely can use it. Hi, Kathy Wilsnick. Hi, Cheryl Taylor. So you're gonna pop that up with some dimensionals. Oh, I might put one more just so it fills in the, oh, I grabbed two, they were stuck together. Oh well, this will be really stuck to the card. So pop that up with some dimensionals. If you prefer, you could also put this layer flat. You don't have to pop it. So you're gonna put this kind of centered on your card, top to bottom, left to right. Now, if you wanna see a little more of your DSP, you could move it over a little bit if you wanted. It's your card. I don't know that you change it unless you show me, and it's quite all right. Thanks for sharing, Taylor. Sharing, Cheryl. You got me stumped there, like 7 seashell by the seashore. Okay, so how do we want to do our leaves with our bouquet? So you guys have 2 options. One, you could try to figure out like how you want them glued onto the back here. Or the other option, what I like to work with is I like for my thing to be flat, and then I like to tuck in things. So what I'm gonna do is prep the back of this with dimensionals. I'm not gonna pick the backs off though. I'm leaving them on so that it's not secure yet. I will be picking them off momentarily, but first I wanna get the newspaper glued down, and then I'm going to put my leaves where I want them. So this guy's gonna go something like that. Okay, and that'll stick good. Now for our leaves. Stella needs to make her appearance for the night right now. You wanna Stella your leaves. It'll look very nice. For those that aren't sure what a Stella pen is, it's called Wink-A Stella. All the supplies that I use in my card making classes, you can get on my website, in my online store. If you go to Cards by Chris B, there's a shop now button and it takes you into my online store. And if you place an order for anything that I'm using tonight, like that you want to get, use my host code. I always have a current host code on my website. And if it's over the certain dollar amount, it gets you a free card class with me too. And I've got the kangaroos coming up, I've got the well suited coming up, and I've got May monthly class. So you've got 3 different classes you can choose from right now. So get your Stella pen if you don't have one. It puts glitter. Oh, and I did the wrong side. So when you're looking at die cut pieces, the rolled smooth edge, that's the top, and then the rough edge is the bottom usually. So we Stella that up. So this is now glued pretty good. So using this as a guide or a template, I'm gonna start putting my leaves down. And I don't think I put dimensionals behind any, but you definitely could. This one looks like there's dimensionals, but there's not. Grab your glue dots, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one first, and I'm gonna put a glue dot behind. Figure out what's the top and what's the bottom, and then this one's gonna stick over on the side here, coming out this way. Now don't press them down very hard. If you don't press them down very hard, it allows you to pull them out and re-maneuver them where you want them. Okay, so this guy over here, we're gonna put a glue dot on him. And because I didn't pull off the dimensional backs, this is allowing me to pick this up and put these where I want them. So we're gonna put that one, oh, get up, and we're gonna put that one right about there. And then this one will go next. And we'll put him on the right side, coming out over here. Now, you guys, there's always more than one way to do things. And if you like the idea of adhering yours to the back of your bouquet and then putting your bouquet, you can. It's completely optional. I'm just showing you how I found it easiest to do this, where it turned out the way I liked it the best. And then this last little guy, he's tucked in here in between. So I made him look like he was coming through the crack here. So I kind of lifted that up, and I got the glue up too far. So you gotta, this one's gotta be down a little bit further. So we're gonna stuff that guy right in there like that. Okay, when they're exactly where you want them, that's when you should press them down, because then they'll stick. The other thing you can do is with these leaves back here, if you want to give them a little bit of dimension, you could now tuck a dimensional behind there, and then that'll pop out a little. And the same thing with this one. Hi, Karen. You could do that one there. Now, I didn't forget. Now I can pull my dimensionals off. I'm just kind of feeling around for where they are. There's 3 of them. Oh, that one's already tucked in there. So, all right. That's how I put that together. So now that's all. These are all pretty secure. Like they're not coming out. Those little glue dots are pretty strong. And then press that and you've got that done. Now we're not done. We still gotta bling it up. So you guys all got 3 pastel pearls, different colors. So the pastel pearls have a pink, a bluish, and 2 purples. And so I don't know, everybody got 3 different ones. So I put one here. Hi, Sandy Fisher. I got a pink one that I put up here. And there's, let's say, a light purple one. And then we'll put, oh, didn't want to come off. There's that. So 3 of those were in your kit. It's a pretty purple card, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. So these I like to use the take your pick tool with. There's a putty end here, and I push it and then I pick it up, and you guys should have 3 little diamonds, and they go in the purple flowers or anywhere else. But I put mine in the 3 purple, and those are good. Press them down so that they don't want to come off. And then we get to make a bowsy. So bow makers. Everybody is always looking for a bow maker. I have them. I just got my replenishment from Kathy, and we are in business. I had 30, and now I think I have 20 left. So I did a Tip Tuesday with the bow maker, and it was about 2 months ago. So take your piece, and this is a double bow. And I have my nails that they're wider on the bottom, and as I use my bow maker more, my nails actually kind of go in at the top. And that's okay with me because it allows me to make either a little bit wider bow, or if I go up to the top, it allows me to make a little bit smaller bow. So that's what I'm doing. So I cross these in the back like this. So they're making an X. You can see they're like that. The left one goes up and over and then under. And then I just knot it in the back. So the front is actually over here, and the back of the bow is over here. So you guys, I have from the hydrangea class, that's coming up next week. Sorry, I got a frog. This card right here is the same kind of bow. I made 68 of these little guys. Oh my goodness. There was a pile of them, and I took a picture. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Maybe tonight I'll share the pictures that I took of the assembly with my mom. Okay, so that's it for the bow maker. I do use glue dots. Oh man, all the cards are falling all over the place. Let's get you out of there. Okay. I use a glue dot to put the bow on. Do not ever use liquid glue. I promise you're not going to be happy with yourself. It's going to be a hot mess. I did a Tip Tuesday on putting ribbon on cards too. So I put the glue dot down. I did see last night a couple people put the glue dots on the back of the bows. I find it easier to put the glue dot on where I think I want the bow, and then I just press my bow into it. And then what I do is I secure it with my finger, and then I kind of pull my tails down where I want them. You got to make it fluffy. So if your tails are going different directions, like this one's going up and out, you got to show it who's boss. Get another glue dot and make sure you put that glue dot underneath it where you think the tail's going to go, and then kind of just gently set it on it, and it'll stick to it. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Even though it looks okay to me, I just want to make sure it's nice and secure. So put that. Now you have to be careful too. Sheer ribbon, you can sometimes see the glue dots through, but in this case you can't really. So grab your ribbon scissors, trim your tail, and trim your tail. Woohoo! We're going to go a little shorter right there. Okay, you guys, the double bow is amazing. I absolutely love when there's 2 little bunny ears on each side, and that bow maker just, it does it for me. It gets my bow going. So there we go. We got 1 card done. Woohoo! It's a purple Beautilicious card. Okay, so let's see here. I got my card sample, and I had here plastic, I think, that can go back in. So this will be a prize for somebody for next week. I'll announce that. So we'll put this guy away. Gotta clean up stuff. If Brandon's watching, he'll be really happy that I'm cleaning my stamps. He likes it when we clean our stamps when we're done. So I didn't use those, but let's do this one. Okay, so this is a chamois. Stampin' Up! Sells those as well. You can get them through me. The cases can come through me as well. And it's what I use to clean my stamps off. So it's just water in the chamois. Okay, so one done. Let's put you over here. And, okay, we're gonna move this out of the way. And we're gonna grab card number 2. Numero dos is the Flamingo. There used to be a stamp set called Flamingo Lingo. So that's why I keep calling this Flamingo Lingo. All right. We're using Bermuda. Oh, look at this, you guys. I'm going to be so excited. There's 2 left, and then I can throw that away. I'm always happy when I get to throw away the end of something, especially the shampoo bottle. Oh, man. Especially when you get to the very end and you just can't wait for it to be done. Do you ever start using more then just to make it go a little bit faster so you can throw a bottle away? Or am I just weird like that? Okay, so I think here, this is the card. Isn't it pretty? Let's show you what the flamingo is all about. So this is, hi Barb. This is another stamp bundle. It's a stamp set with dies in the January through June mini catalog. I don't know, you guys either love flamingos, you hate flamingos, or you know somebody who loves flamingos. And if you don't like flamingos, I'm sorry. You got to deal with the flamingo for right now. If you love flamingos, great. And if you know, so many people know people who love flamingos. So that's where this comes in. I love this saying right here. We have used that quite a bit. It says, hoping your day is as amazing as you are. And the font is really pretty. And it has happy birthday in here, and it's got this little pond grass here I like. Maybe it's like yeah, pond grass, that's what we're gonna call it. And it's a fun card. This card actually takes me back, circa day, I think is how they say it, like 1989. My grandparents wintered in Florida for a long time, 25 plus years, down in Ruskin in the Apollo Beach area. January. Yup, that's how I roll, Barb. I had to fix my verbiage. So my grandparents wintered down in Apollo Beach in Ruskin, Florida, and I just remember my grandma having decorations and the neighbors having flamingos in the yard, and just this Bermuda Bay with the flamingo color, flirty flamingo. So this card was inspired by, I think that my camera is doing its thing. It's going really slow. It is. So you know what? We know how to fix that. It's meaning that I got to take this down and yep, we're going to fix it, guys. Hang tight for just 30 seconds. This happened to us like 2 weeks ago. Who knows why this happens, but we know how to fix it. We have the ability to fix it. So you guys can probably see me up on my face right now, and I'm getting my second phone situated. Let's see if it works. Okay, we're gonna flip this back up and see if that helps. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, hang tight, guys. We got it. It's freezing, but I can fix it. That didn't, I think it's good. Okay, the hands. You guys, it's the hand check. All right, so we're gonna flip down, hand check. As long as the hands aren't flickering, we're good. So fastest fingers of the north here for stamping. Okay, back on track. So Friendly Flamingo is what the stamp set and the dies are. And then they're also, what pink is close? Oh, Blushing Bride. Blushing Bride is pretty close. So you could, if you don't have Flirty Flamingo, Blushing Bride is a close one. Calypso Coral, potentially if you stamp off. Okay, so the seashell by the seashore is is the embossing folder, and it's kind of hard to see this, but this is on a low inventory right now. It was in stock, out of stock, in stock, out of stock. But that is what all your card kits are embossed with. So let's grab a kit here so you can see what I'm talking about. So in your kit, you'll have this piece of vellum, and it looks so cool. When you emboss vellum, it stretches the vellum, and it makes it have this little bit of a white hue to it. and it just looks super cool. So you have that already done for you in your kit, and it's got these really pretty shells. There's a top and a bottom. I would say that the puffier upside is the top and then the divotty downside is the bottom. So you want to feel it to make sure you've got the top and the bottom figured out. In your kit, you also have your piece of Bermuda Bay. Sandy says that her boss and I used to decorate the lawn outside of the building with plastic flamingos every Christmas. Yes. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Flamingos being decorated at Christmas time. Yeah. So, okay. Fold it in half, you guys. It's scored at 4 1/4. So take your bone folder and burnish it. Okay. We'll set that off to the side for right now. We'll put it right here. In your kit, then you have 2 pieces of white paper, the basic white. Now, I made these actually, so they're both the same size. So you can't confuse which is the inside mat and which is for the outside. They're both 5 5/16 by 4 1/16. And then your vellum is 5 3/16 by 13 15/16. You guys, I do the 16ths. If you don't like it, work in 8ths, and that's perfectly fine. But I wanted as much showing of the vellum with having just a little bit of white around the edges. Yeah, so there's a trick to also having this show up on the vellum or on the white. Oh, Janet, you're close to Apollo Beach. Yes, the Red Barn Flea Market. We used to go to the Red Barn every visit. We went down to visit them. So you guys have 2 pieces of white, your piece of vellum already embossed, and then in your kit you also have your piece of gold foil that is cut out with the ovals, your layering ovals. Let's have a moment of silence because these are retiring and I'm really sad about that. And then let's have another moment of silence because the stitched shapes are not dying, they're being retired. But I'm so sad about these 2 things. I'm not sure if they're still in stock or not, but you guys have your oval that looks like this actually. So you have an oval that is cut out with the stitching, and I love the stitching. So we're gonna do a little stamping though. I'm gonna show you how we stamp this. So the flamingo is over here, and then the happy birthday is you're like, how did you do that? So if you're a beginner to stamping, I'm going to show you how to do this. There's 2 ways you can do that split with the words. And we also need to do a little coloring with this. So if you look at my card here, you can see that there's blue around the edge, and I'm going to show you how I did that. In your kit, you're also going to have a little baby bosey like this. So this is the snail mail twine. It is Flirty Flamingo with the white, and I did them at the same time. I had them together and I made a double bow. And then you guys also have in your kits some twine like this. And what you are going to need to do is you cannot wrap it around. Remember, I do the ribbon conservation thing. You're going to just basically fold it in half, and that's what's going to go around your card. So we'll set that there for now. And the other thing you have in your kit is a piece of white, not quite this big, a little bit smaller, but it's enough. You have a piece that's die cut like this, which is this underneath here, and then you have another piece in case you don't have this and you want to do something different. So, all right, so let's show you how I stamp that, and we'll show you how I do the flamingo. Okay, let's grab a blending brush. So, the colors that I have going on here are the Bermuda Bay, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple, and in class I have a second one because I'm doing a couple things with Bermuda at the same time. So let's start with our blending. Now, if you don't do the blending, it's okay. It'll still look good with the embossing over the top. You'll still see it. But what I did, let's grab, what do we want to grab? A piece of paper. I'm grabbing a piece of scratch paper that's big enough. Okay, let's use this one. Okay, so we're gonna grab the Bermuda Bay. Thanks for sharing, Elizabeth. Okay, grab Bermuda Bay. Now, blending brushes are still on back order. They're still not orderable. I saw something like April 29th or April 19th. You guys, they're so soft. I'm playing with it. So dip into your ink pad, and the first time you dip in, you want to dip off, because if you would have went straight onto your vellum, you would have gotten that big blotch. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it the right way. Hang on. like a big piece of paper here. There. And then so you start off and then you work your way on. Now, if you look over at the sample, you can see that this is covered up here in the middle. So you do not need to do any coloring underneath because no one will see it. So just remember that. That would be like wasting time and ink. So I'm generally going to concentrate around the edges. And when you do this, you could do a sponge too. If you don't have blending brushes, you could definitely use a sponge. But I'm going over the areas that are raised up more than anything. And I'm leaving the shallower part, or the part that's on the lower part untouched. So remember, you don't have to do that middle area, but I don't want to miss part of it. I'm inking, to me, the top side. So this guy right here is raised up. Like this one is raised up. This is divoted down. So I'm coloring where it's the bumbly side. That's bumbly side. Yeah, that is a word, I promise. I just made it up in my own vocabulary. And I'm just going around making some Bermuda Bay ink happen. Okay. I'm going to hit over here yet too, just a little bit. I know you're not going to see much, but I'm going to come from there, from the corner. So you can see it definitely turned a little bit more blue. Now, it's always best, hi from South Jersey, hi Ethel. So it's always best to go lighter. You can always add more, but it's harder to take it off. Thanks for sharing, Ethel. It's really hard to take ink off of something, but you can always add more. So I always suggest to people go with a light touch and then you can add to it. Okay, I think I'm good on coloring. This is water-based ink, so you're able to just go right to the sink and wash it out. So I'm gonna just set that back by my sink. And then for this guy right here, I used the Bermuda Bay and just ink it up. And then you'll stamp. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp, so I'll grab the piercing mat. So if you don't have this exact thing, you could probably even do the card without this underneath it if you don't have it. Or maybe you have something similar, but look at the detail on that. It just, let's see if I can, there. It's got a lot of definition with the stamp. It's so cool. And then what I did is I took Flirty Flamingo and I colored in the flowers with just the pink Flirty Flamingo blend. You could leave them white as well, but the pink just brings out the pink in the flamingo. So you guys know that by the magic of TV, mine is done already, so I don't have to keep coloring for you. So that's Bermuda Bay. And now for the flamingo. So this piece is done. For the flamingo, I'm gonna just grab a scratch paper so I can show you how I did this. Uno momento. So let's pretend that's our oval. We're gonna bring this piece up here so I don't get it on here. So let's do because I've done mine already, but I wanna show you how I did it. So when you have a stamp that's bigger than what the block is, but you don't necessarily need this part, I just let it hang off actually, because when I'm stamping here, the feet are actually below the oval. Now, if I would use the next bigger block, which is the E block, then I'm holding on to a lot bigger block. So I kept my flamingo on my D block and let him have his feet hanging over the edge. So you're on your oval, you're gonna stamp your little flamingo like that. Okay, so it's like the oval like I have done here. And then for the happy birthday, I definitely did two options. Depends on how good you are with your hands and eyes. So one of the things that you could do is just eyeball this. If you're pretty steady with your hands, you can line, oh yeah, I wanna make sure the camera's working. So you can line this up and you can see I'm just inking up the happy. I didn't hit the birthday, and then the happy is gonna go over here. Boom, didn't even stamp the birthday. It was perfect. You definitely now have to be very careful because you have residual ink on the happy. So you have to clean it up, but now the birthday is wet. So if you're, sorry, not the birthday's wet, but now the happy is wet. So you really wanna make sure this is nice and dry and that all the ink is off, because if we go to do the same thing with the birthday and you come over this way and there's ink on the happy, it's gonna be like a little shadow over there. Okay, so if you don't like that idea of how to do that, there's something called masking, and you're gonna take washi tape, the oldest washi tape that you have that you're probably never gonna use up, and you're going to, what am I doing, birthday? So you're gonna put washi tape over that. Now you have a little bit of forgiveness. You can ink this up, and if you hit that, you're gonna hit the washi tape. But you just take this washi tape off. You have to remember to take the washi tape off. And then you come down here and you can do your birthday. Boom. So that's called masking. Now, you can do that with every stamp. You can, if you have a stamp that you only want the smallest part in the middle, just mask off all the way around it. You have to be very careful because that's really wet on the washi tape and you don't want to get your fingers in it. And that's how you do masking. You can either use the washi tape, and actually masking tape would probably work too. Post-it notes work. I know a lot of people use Post-it notes. Anything you can do just that's sticky on there. The thing you have to always remember though is to take off that washi tape. Okay, yeah, Vicky agreed that the blending brushes, they're so soft. Okay, so you've done this now on your oval though. So I just wanted to show you how I did that. I think, oh, the grass. So what I did in this stamp set, there is a set of grass leaves here, pond grass, that's what we called it earlier. So I stamped the pond grass in Granny Apple Green, and that is, yes, Luann, you are so right. That foam mat for $1.80 is a bargain. Okay, so that was there, and then I had Hoping Your Day is Amazing there in Bermuda. So it's all the stamping I've got going on. So we're gonna clean just a little bit, and then we're gonna do a little bit of assembly action. So grab all your things, get them clean. It's always good to clean as you go so that you're not stuck doing it all at the end, right? I mean, I do that for cooking too. When I cook, I do dishes as I go so that there's not so many dishes at the end. All right, let's figure out how we want to assemble this. So we're done with this, done with this. So let's put these out of the way. Get this out of the way, and let's show you how I put this together. First things first, easy peasy, glue your innard in to the inside, glue this. That's by far the easiest thing you can do right now. Let's get that out of the way. That'll go right here. Now you guys, if you're new to me about the liquid glue, you see that I use liquid glue all the time. It allows me to wiggle it around until I get it exactly where I want it. And then this guy here too, I'll flip him over and put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of him. Now with the foil paper, it's even more slippery. So you gotta give it some time to dry. Nice gold mat on there. Now, if you have your kid at home and you wanna punch something out of the middle to have like a gold butterfly or a gold anything, you could, anything that's smaller than the outline of the white, you can go ahead and punch it out so that you don't, in essence, just cover that up. Hi, Diane. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so then we're gonna prep this with some dimensionals. All right, here it is. We get to throw this sheet away, yay! And grab the next sheet that's already started. There, everything falls down. Whew. Okay, so grab your other sheet of dimensionals and let's get that prepped. All right, I do have a little bit of trickery for putting this together. So you have your piece of vellum. The question I got the most is how do you adhere the vellum? Well, wherever you put glue under vellum, you're gonna see it, and you don't want to see it where it's not covered up. So what I did is I just flipped it over and I put adhesive right through the middle section here. So honestly, on this card, I do not have it glued down here, here, around any of the edge here. Just glued right in the middle. Let's make sure it's facing the right direction. And then that just gets secured onto our basic white mat. Then you have to remember there's twine. Ribbon is always hard because you gotta get it down before it's too late. So grab your tear and tape And we're gonna prep the back with a little bit, and it's something like right about here. So we're gonna just get it prepped. Now you might not know exactly where to put it. So what I did when I put mine together, because I didn't know, I left this bottom dimensional a little bit higher, and I set this down where I wanted it. And I'm not gonna press very hard, okay? And now what I can do is take my ribbon, and I have this that I can kind of weave it underneath the gold oval. So, Lori from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, woohoo! You got your kangaroo card today. You're very welcome, Lori. Glad that it came so fast. The mail is actually doing really good these days. So this is gonna get snuck up underneath here. Don't worry about if they're like matching, or I mean, if you want them to be matching, you can. Like here I've got a white, pink, pink, white, and then over here I've got white, pink, white, pink. It really is up to you however you want to do it. So once you have that down, then you can cut off, if there's extra, you can cut it off. You might not have extra, depending on how my mama cut them. She loves cutting the ribbon for the card kits. She loves that job. So then put a little more tear and tape down. And what we're gonna do is put adhesive on the rest of this then. So you wanna make sure before you put this white layer down that you get your tails. Oh, spammer. Do you guys get the spammers? Oh my gosh, I had about 5 of them called today from a 315 number. You pick up the phone and they hang up on you. Or you get this automated message. Hello, your car warranty is about to expire. That's literally what I get. I can't be alone. Okay, so now this guy's gonna come right about here. And what I'm gonna do is, I don't wanna put a dimensional here because it'll make it more popped up there. So I'm only gonna put some dimensionals along the bottom here. I put the foam dot Stacy underneath the gold layer. So my foam dots are underneath this gold layer here, not under. But if you want to, you could also pop up the white oval and the gold oval. Oh, Sandy, you get some spammers too. I just, like, gosh, they gotta make something along the way to be able to pay a robot to make those phone calls or something. I don't know. But I got like 10 of them today. So you guys, as soon as you call me, and I know that you're not a robot, I save your phone number so that when you call me the next time, I know you're not a robot. So that's why it's so funny when people call me the second time and I answer and I say, hey, so-and-so. They're like, you know who this is? I'm like, yeah, I saved your phone number. So I put 2 dimensionals along the bottom, and then I put liquid glue along the top here. And actually, I think that'll be good. So we're gonna put this guy, snuggle him in right here underneath. It kind of rounds out the bottom. Doesn't it look like a picture on the wall? Okay, all right, let's see. Our bowsy here, grab your glue dots, and the ribbon all comes with it. All right, let's get you back in there. Grab a glue dot, and again, I like to put the glue dot right where I want the bow. So I'm gonna put it right there because I wanted my bow to nestle right in line with this and in the crook of that little leaf. And then that's gonna go right there. And I like to pull my tails down, and you'll trimmer them with your ribbon scissors. And last but not least, we'll have to do our little diamonds. Okay, Tony doesn't like the set, but I do it so cute. In summary, you love it. I love it too. Okay, we have to Stella something though, because we can't go home without Stelling. So I think it'd be super cool. Now you have to be careful because you're gonna get blue ink in your Stella pen, but if you Stella some of these raised images over here, let it dry then, and that'll be good. But you definitely wanna wipe out your Stella pen before you go to the next thing because it'll definitely have some blue in it. I am very afraid. I don't want to, I know in class last night somebody Stellaed this, but I feel like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. It will blend this together and it'll lose some of its definition, but it's okay. It's a small price you pay to get sparkle on a card. So we're gonna just sparkle up some of those flowers. Okay. All right, then the diamonds are forever, ever, ever is what's next. And I had diamonds right here. So in your kits, you got 5 diamonds. 2 were the medium size, and so I'm sorry, I tried to cut them in strips as long as I could so they weren't all loose in your card, but 2 medium ones will go on the 2 bigger flowers, and then I intended for the 3 small flowers on the bottom to get the smaller ones. Now, if you wanted, you could color your diamonds to be yellow so that they have like a yellow center, but they look really pretty. It's just the blue and the pink and the white with the gold. It's good. I liked it not having extra color. So there's our flamingo happy birthday card. Woohoo, we got 2 done. You guys love the purple bubble wrap. Yes, I got purple bubble wraps for all my packages for my card kits. Okay, sometimes pink, sometimes green. All right, so yay, we got card number 2 done. That wasn't so bad, I hope. Not too painful. And then we'll go on to numero 3. Okay, so this will be somebody's winnings next week. We'll announce who that is. Tonight, you guys, I have these 4 cards that I'm going to announce the winners from game night last week. So exciting stuff. The prizes for game night are going in the mail tomorrow, along with all the catalogs, along with, where does this go? I think it goes right here. Okay, I have the catalogs, I have game night prizes, I have just lots of stuff, you guys. Lots of mail going out tomorrow. My mom helped me a little bit. She came in and helped me do a lot this afternoon while I was working. She just sat there and worked on stuff. It was awesome. My mom's amazing. Okay, then we have this guy right here, our easel card. Last but certainly not least, this one did not do the photographs justice. You guys know, I hope you know by now, like photographs never do cards justice. Like, I put a cover photo with all 3 of the cards for the class, like when I'm marketing the class, and this card picture, this one turned out like garbage actually. It didn't do good because this foil does not photograph very well. So you guys you gotta have faith that the cards look a lot better when you get them in person than what they look like in a photograph. So let's grab our stuff here and keep her moving. All right, so we got the black going on. And let's grab everything. Okay, so we have the classic label punch. We have Blushing Bride, Sahara Sand, little butterflies. We're gonna make this one a birthday card. Let's show you the dies and what we've got going on here. Okay, so whenever I do my monthly card class, this is a more challenging one for people who aren't here in person because I do always feature 3 different bundles or 3 different stamp sets that they could have a punch or they could have dies. It could potentially not even be a bundle, but I feature 3 different stamp sets. And I do that because there's so much fun stuff in the catalog that I have to find ways to showcase as much as I can because I love it all. And so this one is the Floating and Fluttering. And this came from the, how do I want to say it, Barb? The January through June mini catalog. More butterflies. Yes, more butterflies. And this one is retiring as well. So all 3 of these sets I'm using tonight are going to be retiring at the end of the catalog, which is the end of June, if not before, if supplies are gone. But this one has a whole bunch of stamps in it. And what I used out of it is this frame and then the butterfly here. And the words I got from a different stamp set. But this has dies that go with it. So there's some dies. And your 1 die for this butterfly right here, that guy, he came from this set right there. He did a lot of work. If I would have been on my A game, I would have cut all your butterflies out of this bottom piece of foil. But I didn't think about it until last night. And that was way too late. Somebody asked me last night, well, couldn't you have cut this out of here? I'm like, yeah. Oops. Like, oh well, we just used extra paper, but it's all good. The other thing I used in this one is the subtle embossing folder. One of my favorites that's also retiring. So get it before it's gone. And that was to emboss when you guys got your pieces here. This bottom Blushing Bride piece here is embossed. And then your 2 foil pieces are both embossed with the subtle. Now, this subtle made them very curly. So they're going to want to curl up on you. I don't know. It just, as soon as I was done embossing them, they curled like that. That's what they did. They had a mind of their own. The sentiments that I used for this one, yeah, tomorrow is the mini catalog retirement walkthrough. Yes, Luann, good call. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central, I'm going to do a walk through the mini catalog that Luann is talking about. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh man, it got buried. Oh, it's right here. So this is what Luann's, hang on, I'm stretching here. This is what Luann just asked about. So this is the mini catalog. It's January through June. And I've went through my catalog and I highlighted things in yellow. And we're going to walk through this tomorrow night so you guys can see what's retiring and what's staying, so you can concentrate your efforts on the things that are going. Because if things are carrying over, then you have time. So Peaceful Moments is in the annual catalog. It's carrying over. So lots of good sentiments here. And I used in here the one, wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. It could be a birthday card. It could be a Mother's Day card. It could be, a congratulations, and make it a wedding card. That sentiment is so versatile right there. And I love the font on that one. So that's Peaceful Moments. And then I tied it in with Itty Bitty Greetings. And that's where the happy birthday comes from. I also, let's see here, Happy Mother's Day is in there. So a couple people last night did Happy Mother's Day. And what else? I think that's about it. Oh, Classic Label Punch is retiring too. You guys, I'm sad. Almost all the things for all my 3 cards tonight are going away. Okay, let's get a card kit. Oh, and I have to show you. So Terry Gaines is a fellow stamper friend of mine, and Terry Gaines makes beautiful cards. I did case this card from Terry Gaines. I changed I changed it a little bit though. I definitely changed the color schematics. I changed the orientation of the butterfly, and hers is just a traditional card. I made mine into an easel card. So I changed 3 things on it. That's always the main goal when you are, you want to case a card, or if you want to copy a card. It's always nice to change at least 3 things, but I always give credit when I case a card, and Terry is a fabulous stamper. And I just was like, I just loved this card so much. So I had to make it for you guys so that you guys could make it too. Okay, so in your card kits, this is what we've got. We have Blushing Bride. Let's see where it's scored at here. It's scored, so it's 5.5 this way by 8.5 the long way, and it's scored at 1.5 and 4 1/4. So the 4 1/4 is basically in half. So let's get you out of the way. So grab your bone folder, burnish it, and then your 1.5. And the 1.5 is to create your easel. Now a lot of people want to fold this back, but in essence it's actually folded in. And so you're just going to fold that in and burnish it again, that other one. And then that's what is creating the easel part like that. Okay. So you have a piece, 2 pieces here. They're both the same size, 4 by 5 1/4. The top one is subtle embossing folder. So it's very subtle. You guys have a hard time seeing that one, but it just adds a little bit of a linen texture to it. So that's going to be for our outside, and your piece of designer paper, that's also here from our oddballs. There's specialty papers. There's a set of 3. So Love You Always specialty designer paper, Rococo Rose, Sahara Sand, and Blushing Bride, and they have a foil accent to them. So this is 3 inches by 5 1/16. There's nothing stopping you from right now. Let's glue this to our page here, or our mat. Like, whenever we can glue something down, I like to do it to get that, so it's one less thing to do later. So that will go near the top of this, like that. So this is the card where I forgot how I put it together until I was in class last night. And I've already had done a class Monday night, and I already mailed your kits out. So we're going to find out what happened here. So I think we'll be okay. I'm going to show you 2 ways to put this together. So you have a piece of foil that's 3 by, what is this? Foil is 3 1/8 by 2 1/8. And then you have your labels already cut out. You guys will have to remind me what I did. I don't know if I die cut just a white piece for you and gave you another piece so that you have 2, because I never know who has what, and I want to make sure you are successful. So you'll have to remind me if I gave you a piece like this and another piece. I think I did both. I generally do both, but ultimately what we have here is the frame, and the frame is stamped in Sahara Sand. And then what you do is you follow with you follow with this, a sentiment I did in Blushing Bride. So Danny, you were asking earlier about what other color is close to Flirty Flamingo. Blushing Bride is pretty close. So what you'll do is you'll stamp your sentiment. Hi, Marcia. You'll put your sentiment right in the middle here. Marcia, you sent me a message, and it just thought of it, that you're moving up. You're a snowbird down south, and you're coming back up to the Oshkosh area. I think you asked me a question. We'll have to connect because I think that I missed responding to you. Now that I see your name pop up here, I don't know if I replied or not. You'll have to remind me. Okay, so we've got that stamped and your little frame die cut. So let's pop that on top of here. I'm gonna use dimensionals. You guys can see I'm saving the assembly part for last. I mean, like the putting the easel part together. So, okay, so we're gonna put that onto this piece right here. And the goal is to get it centered as much as you can. I generally try to get the top, the bottom, and the left lined up. And that hopefully allows me to get the right lined up. So that's ready to go. And then this little butterfly, he's actually just attached on the top corner here. And I just think a glue dot would be fine for that. You could use a little bit of liquid glue, but just make sure it dries good. So we're gonna put our little butterfly, I'm doing 2 there. We're gonna put him off the corner like that. All right, I've already stamped here my happy birthday, and then I cut it out, or I punched it out with the label punch, the classic label punch. I did that in Blushing Bride, and I used the stamp from Itty Bitty Greetings, and then, so that's stamped. Now, yeah, the foil is so pretty. It's like knocks your socks off. Okay, this one was really hard to have people recreate. So what you want is you don't want to put any glue or adhesive right here. You want your thread to be below so you don't see anything. It looks nice and clean. So the thing is that you have a fold right here at 1.5 inches. Hi, Shar. And you want basically the middle of your foil to be below that score line, because the middle of the foil is where the thread is. Now I'm pretty sure that I only gave you guys enough, I think I did, but I gave you enough ribbon to just wrap your tails behind here, I think. And that's what we had happen on Monday night. Well, then last night we figured out that I think what I did is I wrapped this around this way, and then I brought this around, and then I taped it here. So, 2 ways to do this. I honestly can't remember how much thread I gave you. So, this is what I would do. First of all, you want to get this glued onto here, and then we'll talk about the ribbon again. But line this up. I'm going to set it on here like it would be. My score line is right there, and then I know that I want the middle of my foil to be just below, where is it? Just below it. So it's gonna go something like that, okay? So kind of leave that like that, and we're gonna put a little bit of glue up and down here. Oh, getting to the end of my glue bottle again. I gotta start to shake it. So, got the glue prepped, and I'm gonna hold that in my hand while I find again where the score line is, and I want the middle of my foil to be right below it. Something like that. And just try to get it straight. Straight as possible. Don't worry about if one end goes over the edge. We can trim that with our scissors. And basically I pull that away. My middle's here and my score line is there. So I think I'm in good shape here. Flip it over and, oh, that's ribbon. Don't want to use that, okay? Can trim off the end there. Now that that's where we want it, we're basically, this is where the adhesive goes, because it's got to fold up like this. I think what I did is I gave you guys just enough to wrap it around the back. If I did that, this is how you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to take your tear and tape. You don't want to go perpendicular, right? You want to go, so the card is like this. You're going to want to put the tear and tape going this way and this way, okay? So it's not going to be above where the glue is. Now, had I given you enough ribbon, and I don't think I did, what you would have done is just wrap this around. If I gave you enough ribbon to do this, what you're gonna do is wrap it around like this, and you're gonna adhere it in the front, and then this is gonna cover it up. And life is hunky-dory, all is good. If I didn't give you enough, now you gotta do it this way. And this, oh my goodness, I just pulled off all the tear and tape. Wow, it's strong there. So we're gonna put that back on here. And we're gonna see once how this works. So I'm gonna center this here in front. I'm gonna fold it over and attach it to that tear and tape back there. And then on the other side, gonna do the same thing. And I think I have the tear and tape a hair lower than what it should be, but we're gonna go with it. And then we're gonna put the tear and tape right over the top. Hi, Bonnie Kelly. We're gonna put that right over the top of it. And so here's where I don't remember if I gave you how much ribbon. I feel like I have an idea, but I don't know for sure. So I'm gonna put a little bit of tape right over that to secure it, and we're gonna do the same thing on here. And hopefully the main goal is that our adhesive is below the score line. It would have been a lot easier if I know I gave you enough to roll around the front. You guys wouldn't have to worry about this. But now what the thing is, we're only gonna put glue here. So what I would suggest is put a line of it, of liquid glue here, so that you know you don't go over. And then you're gonna put a line on the left and the right side, and then the bottom. If you want to, you can put some in the middle. Good measure. Oh, hi, Genevieve. You got your prize today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. So it got mailed to Canada, and I know when I mailed something to somebody in Canada back in December, it took a solid month for them to get it. So I think I mailed that maybe a week or two ago, so that was awesome. So I'm taking a guess that I'm not getting adhesive up here. So we did good. Look at that, guys. That's exactly what you need to make sure happens, is that there's no adhesive right here. Okay, hopefully by seeing the video, you can see it's possible to do that. Okay, then we've got this guy. It's gonna go here, and I do have it centered. I did try to center it as much as I could here. So you could either glue it flat or you could pop it up with dimensionals, but I'm going to glue this flat. Let's see what Christy said. You gave me enough that I doubled it in the front and attached the ribbon to the sides of the back. There you go. Okay, that's awesome. So like one piece of linen, this little twine is really little. So I'm glad that you doubled it. And then that's perfect. So it was doubled because I intended it for it to go around and come around the front. So you guys, I gave you enough ribbon. Perfect. So I'm gonna center this left to right, and I'm centering the ribbon or twine with the with the center of my here, the center of my here. Where did the glue go? So Danny, tell me, how much ribbon do you have? Danny, you have to tell me how long is your trim here, your twine. Is your twine like 11 inches? Because if it's 11 inches, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap it around your mat, and you're gonna have it meet here under, it's gonna go. So if you have enough twine, you're gonna bring it around this mat here, and it's gonna come around and it's gonna meet right here, and you're gonna tape the ends down here. Or like what Kay just said, or Christy just said she did, is she folded hers in half and she tucked her tails behind this mat right here, the mat. So her tape is back, it's back here. It has to be below the score line, but definitely below the score line. Yep, Luann, you got it right too. So we're gonna put this little guy right back on here. Get him good and centered. Okay. It's the liquid for the fold. You just, it's the liquid for the fold on the card piece. You just cannot put any, the liquid went on the top flap here. This 1.5 inches right here. I put a line of the glue on the top flap there, and then I put the glue on the bottom flap. So you're only gluing this part right here. Pearls, 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 pearls. Grab your pick tool, and I have, you guys all got 5 pearls. There were 4 of these smaller ones. So there's 3 that actually get lined up right on the body of the butterfly, like that. Like that, like that. And then I've got a small one over there, and a medium one. I ran out of medium pearls. So I have to go find, I have a big pearl, so I'll have to finish that later. I ran out of the medium sized pearls because they all went out, so I have a big one. I'm going to have to put a big one there, but it's over on the other side of the room. So we're going to pretend I put the other pearl on, but it would go right there, just like it shows here. I've got 2 here and then 3 there. And now our inside. So we got to get it so that our card preps up like so that it stays. So you have here another white mat, 5 1/4 by 4. Now on the inside of mine, I stamped a butterfly. It looks like that. It's pretty. It's really difficult to do that though. The outline is this big monstrosity of a stamp here that is all one. And it's this little detail here. And it looks cool if you have it and you want to go through the time, but you have to mask this and this and this. And it's a pain in the butt to mask that. I'll be completely 110% honest. It's a lot. So nobody last night in class and nobody Monday night in class wanted to do that. So we used this outline of one. So we're going to go for that, for this one. So I got another spammer calling me. They are getting me good tonight. Okay, so grab a little scratch paper. We're going to stamp. You know what? We're going to do the black first because I feel like it's easier to do the black first. And we're just putting this on the top here. I know I didn't grab the piercing mat. I went for it. Took my chances. Blushing Bride is stamped off. And then now you can come over the top of it and see. All right. It's really light. So this is my tip Tuesday was that's first strength. And then I did second strength and just made it a little bit softer than that. Okay. And Danny, if you're still having troubles with your ribbon, when we're done with the video, if you pay attention to what minutes we are right now, when this video is done, you can fast forward to this part of the video and re-watch. There it is, my spammer leaving me a message. You can re-watch this, how I did that. So this gets glued now on the inside. This one, nope, this one. Okay, so flip that open. Now that goes in the middle. And then you have, okay, good. I'm glad you're good, Danny. This right here, I gave everybody 2. I'm almost positive I gave everybody 2, so you get 4 opportunities to stamp. So you get this side, and then the second one. And this one we're using dimensionals. And they make the baby dimensionals, so they fit on here perfectly. You definitely want to raise this up. If you don't raise it up, it won't catch on it as good. Oh, good. Bobby said that she used the terracotta tile and stamped off 3 times, and it's a good match. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Okay, so then this guy. Now, everybody asks, how do you know where to put this? Well, kind of pretend how you want your card to be sitting up, and you want to center it left to right if you want. I mean, you could always put it wherever you wanted, but I'm going to put it like right about here. We're going to see what that does. And then once you have it where you want it, press it down good. And then that's how you make an easel card. And then it lays flat, and you still have the opportunity to write anything else that you want up there. And voila, as Kelly would say, we've got it done. So let's see what we got here. We got our butterfly card. Do you guys have a favorite? I always ask this. Last night I asked that, and everybody said all of them. No, I don't know if everybody did, but everybody who answered me said all of them. So we've got Flamingo Lingo, we've got the butterfly action, and then we got a beautiful bouquet. Oh, 3 beautiful cards that'll go out. I think my favorite part about all of these cards is this bow. I love this baby bow in that purple grape ribbon. I love it, a double baby bow. So we made an easel card, so we did a little bit of a different kind of a fold. So, and then I know that foil looks crazy when it's not on the light just right, but whew. All right, Janet says all of them. Bobby says purple. Woohoo, good, good, good. Okay, so butterfly is Brenda. Luann likes the rose foil, okay. Kelly likes the butterfly. Elizabeth likes the bouquet. Leslie goes for purple. Like it, like it. Okay. So you guys, all of you who did the class with me, you should have gotten the PDF tutorial last night, or nope, it was right before class. I got home from work around 5 and I sent it. And I apologize. I normally keep everything in my day planner. I have a task list. I am the taskmaster, and everything gets written down. And I'll be honest with you, I was teasing with Linda Hodge about this today about lists, but her lists are if it goes on her list, she buys it. Mine are if it goes on my list, it gets done. And I didn't have it on my list for Monday. So you guys, if you're ever attending a class with me, my goal is to have the PDF tutorial to you by the Monday of the week of class. Kits go in the mail by Friday, and then the PDF is normally Monday. And if you don't have it by, let's say, midnight on Monday night, you are more than welcome to reach out to me and say, hey, did I miss that? And that's exactly what Kay did. And Sandy did. So thank you, girls. You helped me stay on track. So you're very welcome, Tony. So I try. And then if you're on my team, just a reminder, if you're a Be Happy Stamper, I always put the PDF tutorials in our team Facebook page, the Be Happy Stampers. And if you're on my team and you're in that group, you have access to all my PDF tutorials that go back like since maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago. So always full of great ideas in that group that you can get some inspiration and creative ideas. So, oh yes, Linda's laughing. Yes, Liz. So I, for next week, the hydrangea PDF is done and ready. So I'm going to be working after this class to email the 40 of you that are doing it online with me. So you should expect it. And I also have the kangaroo PDF ready to go. You guys, this girl worked ahead. I had the April one done. I just completely forgot to send it. So gotta write everything down all the time. I feel otherwise I forget. I think you guys can relate to that. The older I get, the harder it is to remember everything or some things or all things. So, all right. So what can we expect tomorrow? 5 o'clock Central. I'll be going live as long as Monroe. I don't think Monroe will come up and surprise me with anything that he made for me for cabinet wise. He's in Kentucky at a wedding. And so the next thing is the tables, but they're not going to happen tomorrow. So I should be live at 5. And we're going to go through the holiday mini catalog, and I'll show you some samples of stuff that's retiring so you can see ideas. And that might take us an hour to go through that. So make sure you come with a pen and a paper and your catalogs. A highlighter would be good too, because then you can highlight the things that are retiring or mark them with an X, something like that. So you'll know. Now the January through June catalog retires June 30th. So we're over halfway through it right now. We should be good for a little bit. Like I would expect April and May are okay, but come the end of May and then into June, things are going to start to go. And now you'll get a glimpse at what's being carried over into the annual catalog, so you can start to decide, well, it would be better to get things sooner rather than later. Not like to ever make you feel like there's a rush to get things, but if there's things that you want, you don't want to wait. So we'll do that at 5 o'clock tomorrow. And then after that, we've got next Tuesday, Tip Tuesday, Technique Thursday, and then we'll be live with the hydrangea class next Thursday at 6. So tomorrow during the live, I will be sharing with you who the winner of the half off hydrangea bundle is from the VIP group from that video. And then also as soon as Kelly has the video uploaded showcasing the well-suited cards, I will be sharing that to the Facebook group, my Cards by Christine VIPs, and then I'll say this is the post that you need to comment for sharing so I can keep track of who shares it. So yeah, so game night cards though. This is what I've got, some cards to give away. These are what we made last week, Thursday during game night. So we had the Dragonfly Garden bundle, which was featured. We made a little fun fold here. I don't know, a sideline. I'm going to call it a sidewinder card just because the sides are slim. I don't know. And then this one used the Memories and More card pack. So Bobby, your stamp set went in the mail today with your catalog, so you should have that as soon as the mail allows. Oh, actually, it's going in the mail tomorrow. It didn't make it today. Everything's getting dropped off tomorrow. So my mom did a good job getting everything in a bag for me. So, all right. So you guys ready for chicken dinner? Drum roll. All right. This one goes to Melanie Foy. I'm not sure if you're still watching, Melanie, but your name was picked for that card. Woohoo! So I don't know if I have your address or not, but it would be good if you could email it to me so that I have it. All right, winner, 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 chicken dinner. Drum roll for this card. Jennifer Jones. Your name was picked for this beautiful card. You guys, this is vellum again. This is embossing on vellum. So this is that Dandelion Wishes, and it's vellum, and it is embossed. And so you get that white wherever it embossed. Super pretty. All right, drum roll. All right, this one is Lynn Beasley. You were the lucky winner for this gorgeous card. I like this one. My favorite part on here is this triple bow right off to the side here. Oh, I like the ladybug too. It's cutesy. All right, so Lynn Beasley, you are the winner of this card. And last but certainly not least, drum roll, is Robin Stender. I don't have your address. So Robin Stender, you are the lucky winner here. So tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, there will be a post. I always schedule it for the morning right away. And I'll have all your names listed that you guys are the winners of these cards. And I don't know, I have Lynn's address, I have Jennifer's, and I don't know Robin's. And Melanie, I can't say for certain that I have yours. I know you're in Kelly's group, but I don't know if I have your address. So congratulations to all the lucky ladies. You guys, I just love sending happy mail, and isn't it so fun to get happy mail in the mail? Like a little present and a little surprise is always good. You don't want those stupid bills, right? But I don't get many bills in the mail anymore. I think I have almost everything set up for electronic statements, so that's less junk mail. So, well, I shouldn't say those aren't junk mail. Those, you need to pay the bills. So, all right. Do you guys have anything else? Any questions or comments or concerns? Again, as soon as I have that video uploaded, it would be a good watch explaining about what's changing with the July through December. It's the holiday mini catalog to me. What's changing with that and sale-a-bration, and then I go over the upcoming card classes. So you guys, I appreciate all your orders. I know a bunch of you placed orders. The clearance rack was refreshed on Tuesday, so thank you for your orders. I know a bunch of you picked out some upcoming classes. Well Suited is already at 20 people signed up for it. So for the online version. So that's awesome. And then the monthly class for May, I already have about 10 people. So you guys are awesome. I really appreciate your support, and I love crafting and creating with you. So this has been a fun journey and adventure with you guys. So, all right. On that note, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central. Lots of sunshine to you and hugs and love. Bye, guys.